Hi everyone, hope you're well. This is CHILIZ CHZ. Just going to dive into CHILIZ. Once again, thank you for your continued support and everything you do across the channel. Really do appreciate all the really nice warm comments and everything we receive from the community there. And once again, thank you for your subscription and being part of the Telegram group. And obviously to all the Patreons as well. Thank you very much. So, as anticipated, we did give you the breakdown targets. If CHILIZ was to lose a key level of support, we said that you're potentially you're going to come down to validate this sort of head and shoulders pattern that we've got going on. So it was from the top down to there, wasn't it? Roughly 38% down there. So we said if it loses this key level, open a short and potentially come down to test that kind of long that correction down there. So effectively it's on its way, okay, and usually you do see it come down to that particular level before it finds a level of support, unless it can get a recovery here. That I would anticipate that CHILIZ would sort of make its way onto this particular price target right there. You can see it's wicked down again and it's been brought back up again, so it's had an 18% uprise, which is pretty good. It's pretty strong, but if it was to continue to fall from this point, you would be looking at a further 22% for correction for CHILIZ down to that particular level out of this head and shoulders pattern that we've been anticipating in the channel there. So unfortunately, you don't want to see these things and these things breaking down, but sometimes it's part and parcel of what it needs to do in order to go down and test lower levels of support. And for continuation, we got this breakdown here where we did top out and we've rolled over and formed this base level of support where we marched on and forming high lows, but right now that is no longer the trend. So this particular trend line at the moment is redundant. It has to go because this is your new low at the moment. And if you was to come down here, okay, you can see exactly where that is. That's a previous swing high. You can pretty much see it's with that wick there, it's pretty much wick down to the previous swing high. But that is a particular target out the head and shoulders. They usually do play out unless you get something called a throwback. Okay, a throwback is where it invalidates this particular pattern as well. So that could potentially happen. You get supported in and go up. But I would imagine if you was to go up right now, because what happens when you lose key levels of support, when you do target them again, they become resistance. So you may see CHILIZ hit its head if it does continue to go up. But I'm more biased towards the fact that you are potentially going to come down and test this particular target here and carry out this particular pattern here of the head and shoulders 38% correction there, unfortunately. But I'll always tell you how it is on this channel. Never feed you no spiel, and that's what CHILIZ is looking to do, in my opinion. Unless you can get some kind of miraculous quick recovery right now, potentially looking at continuation. And there's one thing that sort of outlines the reason why I do believe that you may be looking at that continuation, and it's the fact that we do have a lower target for Bitcoin. It doesn't necessarily mean it will get there, but so far that is it's actually playing out right now because we've got a falling wedge pattern forming on Bitcoin, and we've been targeting that correction for a very long time. So that's coming down to about 44k, I believe, before you should see a kind of bounce and support. But it is crypto, anything can happen, as you know. But once we get down there, we'll look at for a level of support again and then see where we can march onwards. But as I always say in all these videos, okay, and everything, across any videos, across anything, in the Telegram group, I always tell people to zoom out. In times when it's doing this, do appreciate how much this particular project is appreciated, okay? It's gone up so much. You're aware of that anyway. Loads of you that are involved, you're massively in profit, okay? From the bullish cross on the 4 hourly time frame there, way down there, you bought in, you've done really well. Even now from that signal there, you're up a whopping 17x. So it's brilliant, it's great. You're going to roll over, you're going to backtest support. It's part and parcel of this process. This is a really long drawn out level of consolidation right here and backtesting support. I do believe in this bull run that we will still potentially get there. That's our price prediction up there for CHILIZ, and I do believe that we will get there. I've got my reasons specified in previous videos, but right now what I'm going to do is look at the daily time frame. So if in doubt, you start to zoom out, okay? So what you can see now is on the daily, you've actually broken down, you've lost the 20, which is the yellow line, you're falling through, and now you've lost the 55, okay? So right now you are falling, and potentially, just this particular level as well. If you do start to bounce up, you will target this particular level as a key level of resistance right there. So what I'm saying is this 55, as this creeps up and you look like you're getting a recovery here, do anticipate that you will get rejected there. And again, that could potentially be a good short opportunity where you hit your head on there and go short down to that particular target there. That's another 30% correction. And what you do, you always short resistance and you always long support. Okay, so that's little in-out trades that you can do. And again, do your own research. That's entirely up to you how you want to do it in your own targets. But I'll just show you a level of education in this channel here and show you the potential fallback and resistance targets. So right now, what I'm going to do for a level of reassurance, because it's what you do, you zoom out again. Look at that. That yellow line is called the 20 EMA. Okay, and this is a weekly time frame. You can see that CHILIZ is nowhere near it. It's not even wicked down to it. You can see that if it was to come down to this particular level that we've got outlined and targeted off this head and shoulders, you could see that if it was to come down, I'll be honest with you, if it does come down, it's perfectly healthy. And you do need to see that, because that's a key level of support that it needs to hold for continuation. Because if it does come down, okay, and you can see the yellow line starting to creep up and it's sitting on the base of that eventually. If it does come down, it gets kissed off that, boom, off it goes. Because that's what it does. That's what the weekly EMA in a bull market does. It acts as a key level of support. If it starts to fall through that particular level and you start to lose EMAs, especially on the weekly time frame, that's when you enter in the bear market. So until then, you're golden for a retouch of support before continuation. And that's CHILIZ. Long, boring, flat. Unfortunately, it got overextended. You can see it's overextended there, and it's rolled over and it's back testing support. Fantastic project, fantastic product. I do believe, you know, we're going to get to that price appreciation there. Again, not financial advice, but that is a potential, you know, 10x from here for CHILIZ. So that's basically CHILIZ. Just a little update there for you that they're interested. We're still holding support. We're still holding key levels of support, and we ain't even tested the support on the weekly time frame yet, which I would personally like to see tested and hold. If you're not involved in CHILIZ, then that is a really big signal. Again, that signal there is as strong as the signal on the weekly time frame as a bullish cross for continuation, because it's just a backtest and key level of support. If it holds, beautiful. If it falls through, then obviously you know that's not good, and that's the full transparency of it. If you start to lose EMAs, especially on the weekly, like I've said, then that's your big signal that you're going to roll over and you're entering that bear market, because the weekly is a huge indicator. It's a zoomed out indicator. Okay, so that's CHILIZ. Hope you enjoyed the update. Not much else I can say than potentially you're caught between a rock and a hard place, and you're going to carry out that correction potentially. Okay, potentially not financial advice. You may potentially see it come back down to sort of that 29-cent mark, and then obviously it's going to get caught between a rock and a hard place before the market picks up for it and continuation. Do take care, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.